Good morning, students. Students, we are doing the chapter The World of Living, in which we discussed about different characters of living things and then difference between living things and the non-living things on the basis of the characteristics of living things. Now we will start the new topic today, that is classification of living things. As we know that there are varieties of animals and plants on the earth, and it is not possible to study each and every plant or animal separately. We cannot study about all these varieties of animals and plants individually. So we will classify the plants and animals. Then the variety of living organisms are classified into two categories, plants and animal. Now we will study about plants, classification of plants. Plants classified into different categories on the basis of different characters. The first classification is classification on the basis of height, size and shape. On the basis of the height, size, and shape, plants can be divided into three categories: herbs, shrubs, and trees. Herbs, as you know that you have already studied earlier, herbs are very small plants. Their height usually ranges from a few centimeters to about 1 meter. They have soft and green stem. That means they have weak stem. Vegetables, grasses, and many flowering plants are some of the common example of herbs. The next one is shrubs. Shrubs are medium sized plants, usually having a height of 1 meter to about 3 meters. They are bushy in nature, bushy in appearance, and of hard woody stem. The stem of shrubs are woody. For example, Ratkirani, Bougainvillea, rose, and cotton plants. They are the well known examples of shrubs. Students, the average height of the shrubs are between 1 meter to about 3 meters, but there are some exceptions also. They are there are some exceptions of shrubs. There are some shrubs which can attain heights of 6 meter to 8 meter. The next one is trees. Trees are tall and large plants. They have strong and woody stems. Neem, peepal, mango, apple trees are the examples, well-known examples of trees. Students, one more interesting fact is there. Banana plant is a herb, although it is as tall as a tree, but it is a herb. This is because its stem is underground and its trunk consists of leaf bases rolled over one another. This is the reason why plant a banana, being a tall plant, it is a herb. Now the next basis is classification on the basis of lifespan. On the basis of the lifespan, plants can be classified into again three categories: annuals, biennials, and perennials. Annuals. These plants survive only for one season. Many seasonal flowering plants, vegetables, and crops are some examples of annual plants. They survive only for one season. Next is biennial plants. These plants live for two seasons. In the first year, they have full vegetative growth, and in the second year, they bear flowers and fruits. For example, carrot, radish, and turnip. These are the examples of the biennial plants. These plants live for two seasons. The third one is perennials. These plants live for many years. The plants which live for many years, they are known as perennial plants. They produce flowers and fruits many times in their lifetime. Mango, guava, neem, these are the some examples of perennial plants. Now, classification on the basis of flowers. There are a number of plants on the earth, as we know that varieties of plants are there on the earth, and some of them bear flowers while others do not have flowers. Flowers with which bear plants which bear flowers, they are called flowering plants like mango, neem, rose, sunflower. And there are some plants which do not bear flowers. They are known as non-flowering plants. That means on the basis of flowers, plants are classified into two groups, flowering plants and non-flowering plants. The example of non-flowering plants are algae, mosses, mushroom and fern. These are some of the examples of non-flowering plants. There are so many plants which do not bear flowers. The next classification of plants is on the basis of habitat. The place where plants or animals live, get food, and interact with the environment is called their habitat. That means the habitat is the place where the living organisms live most comfortably. Plants and animals live and adapt themselves to their habitat. The habitat may be terrestrial or aquatic. Terrestrial or land habitats can be deserts, mountains, or grasslands. And aquatic habitats can be ponds, rivers, lakes, or oceans. On the basis of the natural habitat, plants have been classified into three categories: mesophytes, xerophytes, and hydrophytes. Now I'm going to explain it. Mesophytes. These plants grow on land and they require moderate amount of water supply for their survival. That means they require appropriate moderate amount of water supply, not more or not less water supply for their survival. They have medium sized roots and bear normal green leaves. Some example of mesophytes are mango tree, apple tree, etc. Next one is xerophytes. These plants grow in deserts. They need very small amounts of water for their survival. They have long roots which go deep into ground because they grow in desert area. They bear thin and spiny leaves which help in minimize their water loss. The thin and spiny leaves help them to minimize their water loss during the process of transpiration. Some example of xerophytes are cactus and babool. The next one is hydrophytes. These plants need maximum amount of water for their survival and therefore they grow in water. They have either very small roots or no roots at all. They bear leaves coated with a thin film, and that film helps to protect them in water. Some examples of hydrophytes are lotus and water lily, etc. Now, next is classification on the basis of nutrition. On the basis of their mode of nutrition, plants have been divided into two categories: autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs, these are the green plants which prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. All green plants are the example of this category. Next is heterotrophs. These plants cannot prepare their own food. They use the food synthesized by other green plants or animals. Heterotrophs are again divided into two categories: saprophytes and parasites. Saprophytes are the plants which feed on dead and decaying bodies. Mushroom and fungus are examples of saprophytic plants. Parasites are the plants that feed on other living bodies. Dodder and orchids are example of parasite plants. That means classification on the basis of nutrition: autotrophs and heterotrophs. Heterotrophs again classified into saprophytes and parasites. Saprophytes which take their nutrition from dead and decaying bodies, and parasite which take their food from other green plants, other uh, uh, food producing plants. Okay, that's all students. We have completed the classification of plants. We will discuss classification of animals in next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.